Hey everyone, today I am going to be doing a tag I think I should do soon before it becomes irrelevant. I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. Since I've been doing Booktube for only like a couple months now, I'm still a little new to it, trying to figure out what I want for my channel, so I think it's relevant now to do this. Question number 1, why did you start this channel? I actually started this channel back in 2011. I had finally gotten like equipment and computer power enough to edit videos and upload them. I've been wanting to do them since 2010 or so. I started it because other people were doing it and I wanted to jump on that train. I never really found my footing with what I wanted to do. I'd make a couple of videos and I'd disappear for months. Make a couple videos, disappear for months. So that was generally my YouTube MO. This year I discovered Booktube. It's a thing. And I don't know why I haven't discovered that it was a thing before. So I decided to do a little more focus because I did want to get into reading again. It was a goal of mine to read more books this year, so it just kind of coincided. So why have I started Booktube? To have a little more fun reading and adding another element to reading, and I am enjoying it a lot. I want to be able to discuss books and learn about books. Not a lot of my friends read books, like I have a few, but we don't really get a lot of time together to discuss them. So I think Booktube is a good community to do that. Question number 2, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to YouTube? I want to say my perspective on books, but I know that there are a couple booktubers out there that have similar thoughts and opinions about the books that I read. I haven't figured out what I can bring that's unique. There are even, I would say there are a lot of booktubers that are a lot younger than me. They're in their late teens or early 20s, but there are a few YouTubers that I watch that are close to my age. So I can't even say that I bring an older perspective because there's plenty of booktubers that are my age or older. All I can say is I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna see what other people are doing, and if I like it, I might do it too. Number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Well, I am excited to be heard because I think that has added to the struggle of not making videos is that it wasn't getting out there, and I feel like I can make a video and, you know, people will see it. It's been a big struggle of mine to be heard in general. Number 4, why do you love reading? I mean, I don't understand the people who don't love reading, especially fiction. I love fiction. Every once in a while I will read a nonfiction because I like reading a few memoirs here and there because that's my inner anthropologist. I love reading about people's pasts. I watch a lot of daily vlogs for that reason as well, just getting into someone's life. I'm a bit creepy like that now that I'm thinking about it. Just the fact that you can read a book and enter your imagination into another world. The endless possibilities in that world are amazing. It's like watching a movie but in book form where you can read your own imagination and not have someone tell you what something looks like, except for the author, but it's still up to your interpretation of what they say. Question number 5, what book or series got you into reading? I'm gonna answer this question with this year. Technically last year I got a couple books last September and these were just amazing. The one was The Hitman's Guide to House Cleaning, which I'm not even gonna pronounce his last name. It takes place in Iceland and he's a hitman, and you know, it was just really good. I really enjoyed it, and it was the first standalone that I've read in a long time. Really enjoyed it a lot. So this is one book that got me back into reading. The other is Wool by Hugh Howey. This was an awesome dystopian. It was recommended by a friend of mine, and I don't know if I will continue on. I think there's more to this series. I'm not sure, but there's like 5 books in one, so I really enjoyed it, trying to figure out what was happening. Each of the like parts was different and unique and blew my mind. Like, it was just amazing. So this I finished, like this was my first book I finished this year, and so that just catapulted me into reading a lot more. Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I don't know what questions I would ask, because if I was going to ask them a question, I would find a video that I've watched of theirs recently and just ask them, or on Twitter, because I feel like with Booktube I got a lot more connection with booktubers, like the creators versus the audience, than I have through any other community that I've been a part of with YouTube. Number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? 1, buying books. Not buying books, because buying books is eating into my saving money. I'm trying to save money and I keep buying books. That's been the hardest thing, is to not buy books. Right now I'm accepting the fact that it's a thing that's happening, and we'll move on from there. I'm finding book reviews to be a little hard because I'm not, like, I don't know what information would be spoilery and what would not, because I want to make a spoiler-free review as well as a spoiler review, and I'm trying to figure out that. I don't want to say I'm making a spoiler-free review and then spoil something. Like, I'm thinking if I generalize it, I'll be fine, but that is proving to be one of my most difficult challenges. I did one book review of The Paper Magician a couple months ago, but I haven't done any since, and I want to do book reviews. I want to give my thoughts and opinions about books. I just haven't figured out how to do that in video form. Number 8, when did you start reading? A long time ago. I don't even know what age I started reading. I've always been around books. I remember having books at home that I would learn to read off of. I remember like the Berenstain Bears books. Just very, like, I have memories of very simple children's books. So I've always just read. I've read those, and then I moved on to like the Goosebump books, library books that I read at school. Anything, I remember reading. I was a reader. Number 8, where do you read? Usually I read in my apartment, in my bed. Whether it be sitting in my bed or laying down, or I have read like at bus stops as well, and on buses and at work. Usually if I'm feeling like reading, I won't put a book down. I'll keep it with me. I usually carry a book with me wherever I go, just in case I want to read. Number 10, what kinds of books do you like to read? Right now I'm liking a lot of fantasy. I do enjoy an odd dystopian now and then, but I can see that it's getting a little tired in the booktube community. So, I mean, I'm pacing myself with it. Like, I'm not reading a whole bunch of dystopian. Contemporary is okay, but not my cup of tea. Every now and then I'll read a contemporary just to mix things up, but usually I've been going back to the fantasy. I switch between young adult and new adult, I want to call it. Like the more grown-up stuff, because I am a grown-up. And sometimes young adult's a bit ridiculous. So if I'm wanting something that's more up my alley, I'll go for like the new adult or adult spectrum of what I'm reading. I do also like historical fiction. There was a whole month where I just read nothing but historical fiction. I do like historical fiction just because it's learning a lot about the past. I love paranormal books, like books about parallel realities. I like vampire books. Yeah, those are my tastes right now about books that I like. You can just go on my Goodreads and see what I've read, and what I've rated things. That's a good description of what I like, I think. Anyway, that is my Booktuber Newbie Tag video. I'm not gonna tag anyone, because if you want to do this, but I leave it open to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!